got some music this time. Just gonna wait for a little bit for my audience to build up. In the meantime, we're listening to some Fela Kuti, Water No Get Enemy. We're just gonna wait for a little bit for the audience to build up. In the meantime, got some music playing. And I forgot to light my incense. Hey, okay, I see people are joining. Very good, very good. Welcome to my TV show, Live Free TV with Noni. All right. Hope you're enjoying the music. So, I take my TV show pretty seriously, okay? I set up my set. I usually like to light some incense. I bring my favorite plants around. I even have crystals around me just to kind of keep my energy clear and to keep my thoughts going. So I take it pretty seriously, and so I hope that you as an audience member, each and every time you join me live for the show, or when you're watching me at a later date, that you are also taking seriously some of the things that I'm talking about. Now, as I shared in, I believe it was last week's show, the fact of the matter is that there is no one tool that fits all, right? The fact of the matter is everybody's body is different. Everyone's mindset is different. Everyone's history and experiences are different. And so if you go back to last week's show, we talked about some things, the fact that there really is no such thing as a big secret to long-lasting life. And we talked about the fact that if you can just approach every day from a very strong foundation, then you are able to make the right choices for you. So I'm sharing today part one on the show, part one of juicing. This has become over time one of my tools that I resonate with, one of the tools that does seem to help me, whether I'm doing it regularly or doing it for detoxing. And so again, on my show, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not saying this is what you should do. But once you strengthen your foundation through the tips that I provided in last week's show, you can decide if juicing is right for you. I get so many questions about it whenever I post on Instagram or Facebook, or I see people out in public, that I thought that it'd be a great topic for the show. So why is this part one? This is part one because we're only going to talk about the basics today. And on Monday, I'm going to have a special show out of my normal, regularly scheduled shows on Monday to have part two. And part two will actually be a live demonstration. So today is part one. This is the basics of juicing. Monday will be a special show, part two. I'll announce what time. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to come right back here to Facebook, and I've got a special surprise that I won't announce until Monday. So you're here with me today, come back with me on Monday, and come back with me on next Wednesday, because this is really a big series of education for you. All right, so let's talk about juicing, all right? Now, why would someone want to even start juicing? Number one, there are recommended guidelines. I don't necessarily agree with all of the recommended guidelines. I have an issue with dairy personally. However, it is recommended to get a certain amount of fruits and vegetables, really vitamins and minerals and proteins on a daily basis. But what happens is people are not really sitting there eating, 5 apples in one day. They're not necessarily able to take in 3 cupfuls of spinach. People have a challenging time trying to eat all of the fruits and vegetables and essential fats and everything else that really the body does need every day. So juicing helps to provide a way to get those vitamins and minerals and everything. in an easier way. A second reason is that if your diet is not 100% on par, and let's say you eat, hamburgers and chocolate candy, and then you're adding in a juice, your digestion may not really be boding well. And so by concentrating on a regimen that includes juicing and adjusting the rest of your diet and or detoxing helps you to get that direct nutrition without necessarily having to digest all of the food. So it's like a shot, it's like a hit, and that's kind of the language I love to use. Let me get a shot right quick of some green juice. Let me get my hit for the day in my juicing. Why? Because I'm not taking the time to get food, prepare food, cook food, eat the food, digest the food, and all of that. It's really prepare a juice, drink it, and I get direct nutrition. So, what does fresh juice offer you? Fresh juice offers you, number one, water. And I've talked about this in at least 2 of the last couple of shows that I've done. Fresh juice offers you water. So it's a way to get that water into your diet, your eating regimen, your drinking regimen, without it just being plain water, if that's what you have a problem with. Fresh juice offers you proteins, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, essential fatty acids, as well as enzymes. And one of the best benefits of juicing is that it helps you to cleanse your digestive tract. Before I go any further, I always want to remind you, here on Live Free TV with Noni, I am a health educator and a certified wellness coach. I did not go to medical school for the umpteenth years, so I am not a clinical professional who diagnoses. As well, I am not a certified nutritionist. So any advice that you get here, this is my disclaimer, anything that I'm sharing with you is simply something that I'm sharing with you based on my level of research, my level of experience, and so forth and so on, okay? But the reason why I was reminded of my disclaimer is because one of the benefits of juicing is that it cleanses out your digestive tract. Again, without being a doctor, I do know enough to know that many of the diseases and conditions that we suffer from begin right here in the gut, okay? And you can do some research on this yourself or ask your doctor. Right here in the gut is where so many conditions are that we can find the beginning of so many of these physical conditions is from having an unhealthy digestive tract and having too much bad bacteria in the digestive tract. So juicing helps to cleanse your digestive tract. And so by cleansing, you are getting rid of toxins, okay? You are cleansing the blood. You are increasing your ability to urinate and to defecate. Okay, this is health, okay? So we're gonna talk about health terms. So you're able to get that cleansed out depending upon the frequency upon which you juice. So speaking of frequency, when you're juicing, when are you supposed to do it, right? People are like, am I supposed to just start juicing every day? Do I need to just only do it by itself? Like, it's already so weird for me. I don't want to just only juice. Well, when you are a beginner to juicing, my recommendation, and again, I want to kind of be careful of my words. I'm not telling you what to do, I'm sharing. So the point that I'd like to share is that if you are a first-time juicer, then try it once. Try it maybe every couple of days, right? For those of you who have been on my shows before, I'm all about doing things the less stressful way, right? Doing things the way that you don't have to feel so much guilt if you try and then fail. Just try and try and try. So you're gonna maybe wanna start trying one 2 days later, trying another one 2 days later. As you get more used to juicing, you can begin to incorporate a fresh juice 1 to 2 times a day. I've read different recommendations from clinical professionals and from nutritionists, and I've read that if you start the day with a juice on an empty stomach and have a juice before dinner, I've heard that frequency combination. I've heard get it in where it fits in, drink it whenever you can. I've heard drinking it by itself is better, but then there's also a tactic of drinking your fresh juice with your meal. As always, whatever you find works best for you as you're beginning, then let your body tell you what feels best, okay? Your body will let you know that a fresh juice first thing in the morning, maybe it upsets your stomach because of the way your diet was before. But in all manners, in all methods that you try, let your body tell you what is the best thing to do. So I'm just scrolling here on my notes. Now, if you're incorporating it into your regular routine, then that's what I've shared before. One every other day if you're first starting. Then the point is to perhaps get up to 1 to 2 glasses a day. Now, there's another mode of frequency, and that is a detox. Okay, a detox/cleanse. And again, there are different recommendations from the experts out there on how often one should cleanse. Once a year, once a quarter, twice a year, once a month. I mean, if you go out there, people are doing it at any frequency, any times that they feel is best for them. A couple of points about detoxing. Detoxing and cleansing is where you're going to take a break from most, if not all, of the eating process, and then you're going to switch over to detoxing via juicing in this case. There's a couple of things that you would definitely need to know before you decide to detox, and that is you cannot go Monday through Friday eating your regular diet that might have cookies and chocolate and ice cream and sodas and coffee and fattening foods and everything else, and then think on Saturday you're going to start a detox. It does not work that way. The recommendation from experts out there, they say that you should give yourself a period of easing into a detox, perhaps 2 to 3 days of decreasing the foods in your regular diet and increasing fresh vegetables, steamed vegetables, more fruits, and then go into your juicing detox if that's the kind of detox you want to do. So basically, I'm just giving you an overview of these things. I think perhaps a course, and a very detailed course, might be something that we can do. But in terms of the overview, I've gone over frequency if you're just getting started, and now how to at least approach the idea of detoxing with juicing. Ease into it for a couple of days, then you might take 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, okay, to do a full juice detox or cleanse, and then you're going to ease out as well. So if you cleansed from Saturday until Friday and then thought you're going to go and get a hamburger and fries on Sunday, it's just, you're going to get sick. So you easing in, detox/cleansing, and then you're going to ease out. That's all I'll say about frequency. Now, what kind of things to pick? The reason why I'm standing up, first of all, because usually you're used to me all up in your face, is that I've got a table full of good stuff. So when we talk about what to pick for juicing, you want to, organic is best, okay, because organic and or natural and or pesticide free, whatever the store or farmer's market wants to call it, is the best, because you are staying away from the pesticides that they spray onto non-organic fruits. You're just kind of guaranteed a better quality fruit or a vegetable. However, what have I said before? If you can't make it to the Whole Foods, if there isn't one around you, if you can't get to the farmer's market, you feel like it's too expensive, to start with something is better than doing nothing. So here on my little table of goodies, we talk about, okay, choosing organic is best, but if you cannot, start with something. And for your vegetables, you want to stay in those colorful vegetables And specifically regarding your greens, you want to stay with your dark leafy greens, okay? My favorite in the whole world is spinach, all right? Spinach. You can get a bag of spinach, a box of spinach, or whatever kind of spinach, go to the farmer's market. Spinach is like one of my all-time favorites to add to juices. It's easy, it's quick, you just throw it in, it's light. I love the way that it tastes. That's just me personally. But spinach is an example of a dark, leafy, a dark vegetable, a dark green that you want to concentrate on. You can also go with romaine lettuce. You can go with, if you want to have more watery vegetables in your juices, you can go with cucumbers and or celery to kind of dilute it up a little bit. All right, the next thing, in terms of the things that I always have in my kitchen, always, like literally, and the things that are very good, like quick foundational pieces for a quick juice, are apples, okay? Granny Smith, Golden Delicious, either one. These aren't even organic. But an apple is a great base in terms of your fruit. So spinach is like a really wonderful go-to for a vegetable. And then an apple as well. Most people love apples. And so by adding your fruit in there, you're gonna get a little bit of that sweetness. Something else I always have carrots, okay? Because carrots are another great foundation. Apples and carrots together, you kind of want to stay away from that. Because an apple is already your fruit, and actually carrots have a lot of natural sugar in them. So you don't necessarily want to be mixing up a lot of fruits and vegetables that already have a lot of sugar. Something else I started to get dates. And I apologize, I have the camera facing me, so everything appears backwards, but I'm saying the words so that you can write it down or something. But a date is and you can just add one to a juice or a smoothie, is another great fruit to add for your sweetness, and it's more natural. It is very high in sugar. So if you're gonna add a date, you don't wanna add anything else that has sugar. And I love almonds. I eat almonds in my oatmeal, but I also will sometimes get the shaved almonds and add them to a juice. You might think of adding almonds to only smoothies. I love adding them to my juices too, okay? And then lastly, I'm just introducing you to this concept. I'm just easing you on in, is that I try to have coconut water on hand, okay? Because either I will add water to the fruits and vegetables if I'm using a NutriBullet, or if I have a Magic Bullet now, where you don't necessarily have to have so much water, but I still want to get that watery consistency. So coconut water is another wonderful thing to just have on hand. I mean, you can find these things relatively cheap. Notice that this is Walmart brand, great value for almonds, okay? This is market side brand for carrots. This right here is Fresh Express. I mean, these are not like super name brand items that I'm getting here and I'm talking about. All right, let's move forward, because again, this is an overview to juicing. If you are on any kind of medication, talk to your doctor before you start juicing, okay? Because it's not that the juice itself will interact negatively. It's just your doctor or healthcare professional may be able to tell you when to do it, like when throughout the day should you be balancing when you're taking your medication and or when you are now giving your body this hit of all the good stuff at one time, okay? You always want to remember when you're juicing to wash your vegetables, organic or not. And I have here on my magic table, now on the magic floor, I have here, this might look familiar to you all, right? It's Dr. Bronner's Pure Castile Soap. This is one of my favorite things in the world because you can use it for so many things. But actually on here, the words are very small right now. Okay, number 7, you can add a dash in a bowl of water to remove the residue from fruits and veggies. So in addition to washing your body and everything else this little thing can do, this type of soap, you can also use this to wash your vegetables. So washing your vegetables is really, really important. Again, I want to stress here, I'm looking at my notes, if you are a diabetic, because a diabetic is always focused and concentrating on their blood sugar levels, please don't do this at home by yourself. Speak to your health care professionals. All right, another form of juicing is, or a branch of juicing, are smoothies, right? Smoothies are great. Everybody loves a smoothie. They've got Planet Smoothie, Smoothie King, I love smoothies. I mean, it's really taken off over the last several years. And what I want to share about a smoothie is that, number one, it's great, it's delicious, it's easy to make. You can, drink it on the go just as you can with the juice. But one of the reasons why I love a smoothie is that if you are incorporating more juicing into your diet, if you are detoxing and cleansing, and you've only been focused on fruits and veggies, and you're hungry, you can add smoothies in that mix to help give you some of that feeling of being full, help give you those essential fibers and essential fatty acids. Because in a smoothie you're adding a mango, you're adding a banana, you're adding more high fiber foods. Now this leads me to the next point. What's the right mix? Now this is what I do recommend. If you're going to juice, I recommend that you keep your ratio 3-to-1, 75-25. 75% vegetables and only 25% juice, okay? And I have friends, I have people I talk to, and they'll say, oh, I started juicing, and I had an apple, and I had this, and I had some strawberries, I had all, whatever. I had all these different fruits in my juice, and that's how I'm detoxing for 3 days straight. Well, you're about to overload your body with way too many natural sugars. So an important point is 75-25. Try your best to keep about 75% vegetables and 25% juice. Now, what's going to happen when you start adding this into your diet? Well, there are some things that could happen, especially if you are moving in quickly to juicing a lot of greens and taking those greens. You're going to have different kind of bowel movements, okay? You are. It's going to, as you're cleansing and digesting, it's going to be moving some stuff out. And it could cause, you to have a stomach ache. It could cause you to be going back and forth to the bathroom. But guess what? It's a good sign, okay? From my limited perspective, it is a good sign to now be excreting more, because you're getting rid of some of those toxins and waste that are in your system. And something else is going to happen if you choose to juice while you're detoxing is, just like a drug addict, you're going to go through withdrawal symptoms, okay? If someone's on heroin for 5 years and then has to go off, I mean, that's why they have to go to rehab, right? Because they're going to have withdrawal symptoms from the drug they were addicted to. I don't judge drug addicts, because I know that sodas, and I know that chocolate, and I know that French fries and high fatty foods can be just as damaging as some sort of drug you get out there on the street. So I don't do all that, because you can be talking about folks and I can't believe they do this, but then if you're addicted, if you yourself are addicted to drinking sodas morning, noon, and night, or eating a lot of chocolate. I have been a former food addict myself. So to me it's just as bad. And so that whole point is the fact that if you are used to a diet that's high in toxins, high in fats, high in sugar, high in caffeine, you are essentially addicted to those things. So stop judging other people. You're addicted to those things. And so if you decide to shift your lifestyle through incorporating more juicing and or a detox, you're going to have withdrawal symptoms too. But it's okay. Why? Because I'm here to help you. And here are some things you can do if you begin to have some of those withdrawal systems. You want to be drinking as much water as possible. You already want to be drinking water. But especially if once you start juicing more, begin to drink more water as well to help dilute your system, help keep those bowel movements regular, and help to decrease the symptoms that you might experience while juicing and detoxing. I'm going to stop here in terms of all of my goodies on the table, and I'm going to show you 2 helpful resources, okay? This is the show, and so I want to give you resources, and again, I apologize. It's backwards. I don't want to mess with the camera too much, but I'll read you the title. This book is called The Juice Lady's Guide to Juicing for Health by Cherie, C-H-E-R-I-E, Calbom, C-A-L-B-O-M. My favorite book in the world. You can see I've got stains on it. It's very, very well used. In this book, you see the thickness of it. She spends a little bit of time, probably only this much of the book, talking about the benefits of juicing, the benefits of cleansing your body out, and the rest of the book is full of recipes, okay? Full of recipes. And of course, in the back, her index of all of the different recipes. Another resource that I consult very often is this practical encyclopedia. It's called Natural Detoxification. This covers something like juicing, but it talks about the need to detox our homes, the things that are around our bodies as well. What should we be putting on our skin? Thinking of how all of the ways that toxins get into our body, how to help to cleanse them out, okay? Okay, Anthony, hi. Struggling with caffeine, Starbucks keeps calling and calling and calling. Okay, Anthony, again, the point here is not to say that it's just bad, that you want to go one day from drinking a lot of caffeine to the next day drinking none. You're going to have a terrible, terrible headache if you do that. The idea is, going back to one of my very early videos, is add before subtracting. So, don't think about, I got to give up my coffee right now. I got to give it up. It's going to cause too much stress. It's going to cause too much guilt if you go back to Starbucks. But just think about it. Okay, I'm just going to add in these juices. I'm going to add in some of these things that she's talking about, okay? All right, so I gave you 2 books. And instead of reading recipes as I was planning on doing, I'm going to direct you to my website, where I do have 3 of my favorite recipes. My website, as always, is noniwalker.com. And as you are on the website, look to the right side menu, and I have made live, once again, my wellness products and services. Go to the drop-down menu and you can find some juicing recipes. All right, 2 more things and then I'm finished. I personally enjoy trying different supplements, and I have a lot of colleagues in my health and wellness network that are distributors of some wonderful products. In addition to juicing, I do love to share that you can try other things, okay? So let me just give an example. I am a distributor for Rain International, and my favorite product is called Soul. I'm only going to do this real quick. The reason why I like this is because it's a liquid. It is seed-based. I can drink it by itself, or I can add it into my juices, okay? And so just super quick. Why is this such a good product? Because it's seed-based. The seed is where it's at. The seed of a fruit or vegetable has so much extra of those proteins and minerals and vitamins and things. The 3 main seeds in this product, again, that I enjoy drinking on its own or adding to juice, are the black cumin seed, black raspberry seed, and grape seed, okay? Black cumin, has over 100 chemical compounds. And it's a one of these seeds that historically, I mean, I think it's even referenced in the Bible that it is one of nature's best seeds for providing good health, providing antioxidants, okay? The black raspberry seed is very rich in your omega-3 fatty acids, and then the grape seed has incredible antioxidant properties. So this is, again, just a product I wanted to throw out there. In my health network, I have colleagues that work with It Works. I've got colleagues that work with Advocare, colleagues that work in Arbonne. All of these are great companies. Forget about the whole other conversation about, you know, how they work. Forget about all that. You're there to help yourself find tools that you can incorporate into your regimen that are going to help you feel better, right? So for me personally, this is something that I drink regularly. I use it regularly. It has so many different properties. Even just the black cumin seed alone, from research and from testimonials, that this little packet provides benefits related to cancer, arthritis, allergies, inflammation, joint pain, muscle pain. I mean, the list is like really super long. Eczema, sore throat, headache, diarrhea, weight loss, diabetes, hypertension. The list just keeps going on and on and on. So I brought this up because through my website, you can just try this out. I have an option in my wellness section where if you just want to try something, you can try my recipes for free. And if you want to just try 7 little packets of this, you can go and buy that as a package for just 20 bucks. And then you're able to take several different methods and see what works for you. You may be like, I don't even want to try juicing. That's too much work. I'm not going to even try it. Well, I want to try something easier, you know, first. This could be it right here. Something easy for you to incorporate into your routine and your regimen to get to better health. I always, you know, I tend to want to encourage the most natural way possible, but I know everybody's not like me, where they're going to try these things. And so by helping yourself out with some wonderful supplements available from a number of different types of companies, even your local GNC nutrition store. Somebody needs to tell them that I mentioned them so I can get paid. But I wanted to give you a special offer. So everybody that stayed with me for the 34 minutes, if you go to my website and you decide you want to try these 7 of these packets, for the first 10 people that go and purchase a packet just to try, I'm going to include the book that I wrote and I always talk about for free. I'm going to give you a signed copy of my book, The F Train to Freedom, absolutely zero cost, 000 for the free 99, okay? It's very easy to do, noniwalker.com, N-O-N-I walker.com. You're gonna go to the right side of the menu, go to my wellness store, and you will see where it says try. Matter of fact, let me just go to my website right now so that I can be sure I'm telling you the right thing, okay? Yep, you're gonna go down to the drop-down menu and it says try Rain Soul 7 packets. So, first 10 people that go and buy this package, 20 bucks, you are gonna get my book for free. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm finished with the show for today. I thank all of you for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed the show. I'm trying to get back to my music here so we can end on some music. If anyone has any questions, you can reach me. I'm going to give you my phone number, 770-842-4558. Call, text. You can reach me always through the website. A couple of different email addresses are on there. Go to the website, sign up on the homepage, and you'll always get whatever it is that I'm giving out here. And my email address is super easy, Noni at noniwalker.com. Ooh, surprise, original, right? And you can email me questions. But I want to encourage you to join me here on Monday. I don't know what time yet, but on Monday, I'm going to do a special part 2 live demonstration. Okay? So I want you to come back to me on Monday for that. And I hope that you enjoyed part 1. Thanks for your participation. Thanks for your support. And just thank you for being you. The whole point of everything is finding the tools that help you feel better. Finding the tools that help you be a better person. So I'm going to turn my Fela Kuti back up again. If you're at your desk or you're at home, why don't you just get up and groove with me for a second, all right? Let's feel good. This is not how I actually really dance, but... All right, you're welcome, Charles. You're welcome, Kim. All right, you're welcome, Anthony. Fela Kuti. Okay? We're just gonna groove. My theme music. It's all about feeling good and not caring what anybody else thinks. All right, Anthony. You're welcome, Cindy. Thanks for tuning into the show. All right, y'all. That's it for today. Me and Fela Kuti, Iba Ratarun, we're saying peace out. It just sounds so good. Okay, for real. Bye. Live well.